What's up, guys? This is SeabassCrew here, and now we're going to move on to the review of Minority Report. This movie was just amazing. I mean, just one of the best movies that I've seen. Like, this movie came out in 2002, but just an amazing film altogether. It's just one of Spielberg's greatest works I've ever seen. I mean, Spielberg, he's just an amazing director. I mean, I don't know any movie he's done, whether terrible, whether pointing to the bat, whether pointing to they're decent or not as compelling. This one, Minority Report. Minority Report. Let's go to the plot of this movie. This plot is very complicated to explain. Very complicated. Like to the point where it's almost like a Inception's plot. Not the storyline, of course, but like the pacing a little bit is sort of like it. The pacing of this movie, you have to pay attention because there's so many twists and turns and brilliant like twists and turns in this plot of all. I mean, I can give you the basic premise of this, like the concept, but I can't explain the plot because it's good. It just takes way too long to explain it. But the basic premise of this movie is about predicting when a murder is going to happen. These things called precogs sit in a like kind of like a they sit in this photon water which allows them to see what's going to happen next. It's like predicting the future, basically, but predicting when a murder is going to happen. Who the murder is and who the victim is, based on, balls that fly, that, roll down a tube. And on the front, on the back, shows the victim or the person who committed the crime, of course. But I can try to give you the plot, but it's really complicated. Let me try to without giving anything away. Okay, you have Tom Cruise, who is part of this company called Pre-Crime, which has the precogs in it. Pre-crime means before the crime is committed. And he is one of these guys who is who thinks he's on top of his game. He knows what he's doing. He knows his job. He knows what he's doing with his job and everything. He thinks he is like the perfect he's like knowing what's happened so far. He knows his job. But what happens later on is one of the precogs starts imagining something to happen later on, like in the future. And it turns out that Tom Cruise's character, who is John, John Anderton, is a murderer, basically. One of the few, like one of the murders he committed. And now he runs away. He escapes pre-crime and is chased by the pre-crime units. Now you may be thinking, is this a chase film? You may think that, but it's a blend of all other genres. I mean, it's a brilliant thriller slash, yeah, brilliant thriller. Most of this is really a thriller because you find out the mystery of what this guy is through. You find out, well, what happened, like what happened in the murder and everything. You're very interested in this because you want to know what's happened so far, and it takes so many different twists and turns happen at different points, and it makes your head spin when you think about it. It really does. But it's very hard to explain this plot, but the concept is also very complicated too. Let's talk about the pros of this movie. The story is brilliant. I can't stress it enough. It is brilliant. Brilliant story and just one of the best directors I can't believe Spielberg directed this. It's just a phenomenal film. I mean, if any of you have not seen this movie, you need to. It's just one of the best thrillers you will ever see. If you think Law Abiding Citizen was good or Inception was good, definitely check this movie out. It's just amazing. It really is. I mean, like on the cover it says Spielberg's most bravest, most sharpest, brawniest, most bustling entertainment since Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it really is. The action scenes are spectacular. And there's really a lot of action in this movie. And you may be thinking, was this an action movie? Yes, but it is like I said, it's different genres built into one. You'll have some comic relief thrown into it, which thank you, Spielberg. Thank you for that. I really hope that you keep doing this with your later works. It's good to have drama in movies, but it's good to have some comic relief to break up, the dramatic feel that you get in the movie. This one is very dramatic, like very, futuristic. I love the setting of this movie. The movie is set in 2054, and the future is amazing that time. I mean, you have these cars that drive sideways. You have these just this brilliant like discs, like cards that you can fill in there that have like information. It's like flash drives basically, but better and more, clearer, and it's just more futuristic. It's so the cinematography in this is just amazing, all futuristic, and it just looks really dirty and gritty, but it looks so good on the screen. I don't know how they managed to do that, but it's so great. Um, the PG-13 rating I'm a bit skeptical about because there is one F word that's said in the movie. One F word. What is with the MPAA ratings and saying the PG-13? Like, the 80s. You had the MPAA ratings like PG. You never had PG-13 until Temple of Doom. That was the first movie that had a PG-13 rating. And then you have these movies with PG. Like, remember Airplane on PG? It shows some girl's breasts. I mean, you would not think that we rated R, but nope, it was PG. The kids saw it. The kids saw it, lucky buggers. But yeah, Minority Report. It's just an amazing film. I mean, it really, kind of sets a moral to it. Like, if I committed this murder, but I don't know that I have committed it, am I still a murderer? It's like redemption, basically. It's like, should I redeem myself from doing a crime that I have not committed? It's really like that. It makes your head spin. I mean, seriously. This movie I just saw like about 3 hours ago, actually. It was just amazing. I mean, watching the special features is probably the best part because you hear Spielberg talk about the story and everything and how, you know, different it is from other films. This movie, can I just sum it up any longer? It's really complicated. The plot is very complicated, so I can't really explain it without giving you much detail. The concept of this movie is it's just brilliant. I never seen a movie with a concept like this before. And then the third, the actors, how the actors though. Tom Cruise plays just an amazing action. He just plays an amazing action star in general. You've seen him play in A Few Good Men. You've seen him play in Born on the 4th of July, which I've yet to see that movie, and I really want to see it because I want to see what it's like. And you have him play in all these different movies, like action movies. You never see him in like comedies or anything. He's just the perfect actor for these kind of movies. I mean, he's very dramatic. It's his acting in this movie is just excellent. I mean, you really kind of feel the hell that he goes through right now. You kind of feel bad for this guy. Like, okay, if I committed this crime, but I don't remember it, am I still a murderer? But the precogs have predicament, so it's never wrong. And that's really one of the few parts in the movie where they try to prove that the precog system, like the pre-crime system, it's an invaluable system. And this guy, one of these guys right here called what was his name? But he's investigating Anderton after he's, the murder. And he's basically investigating what Anderton and about his murder and what happened basically. And it's so hard to sum it up. I can't review this movie that well. I mean, it's just one of those movies where it's very complicated to explain like everything in this movie. Should I give it a 10 out of 10? Nah, no. It's no movie is that perfect, but this is definitely one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. One of the greatest Spielberg movies that I've seen. And very like, a lot of people have not seen Minority Report, and I'm like really blown away by this. I mean, like, seriously, people should definitely see this movie. But the only kind of con that I have here is if you're really into futuristic crime thrillers or anything like that, but you don't like complicated storylines, this movie is not for you. You probably will get bored after watching about maybe 20 or 30 minutes of this, and you will really get bored. But for a lot of people who fell asleep in the movie, you really missed a lot. I mean, a lot to miss in this movie. I mean, but yeah, the only kind of skeptical thing I have is the PG-13 rating on here, which there's only one F word said by none other than John Anderton. And, well, there's nothing really much I gotta say about this movie. Go see it. Just go see it. Come on, it's a Spielberg film. Of course it's gotta be good. I mean, seriously. If you guys have not seen any, like, I mean, I don't get, like, blown away in movies like I always do. I mean, I was blown away by Avatar. I was blown away by Inception. I was blown away by Super 8 and all those other kind of movies. But this movie here, it makes me want to go watch more thrillers. It really does. I mean, after seeing Law Abiding Citizen, after seeing like all these other thrillers that have come out lately, and some thrillers I have not even seen that came out last gen, it just really makes me want to see more. This is one of the few movies that where Hollywood does it right. Now, I'm just going to make this a very small introduction for our next video that I'm going to do. Well, actually, I'm not really going to do it because it would kind of make this video more lengthy, but that's all we got to say about this film. Just go see it. Go see Minority Report. Just look at it. Just go see it. You just get it on DVD. Is this a full price? Absolutely. I would say a full price. One of Spielberg's finest crime dramas I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, I was blown away by this movie. It's more of like a mystery movie, than more or less a crime drama. Just go see this movie. I mean, like I said, the plot is great. Very complicated to explain though. I'm gonna say that one more time and I'm done. Okay? And the characters, Samantha's character, I forgot to say that. Samantha's character, Samantha, who was it again? Samantha Morton's character. Her character as Agatha is just, you really feel the hell that she has to go through when she has to predict what's going to happen and later on in the future. You feel the pain she's going through. You feel all the, you know, and it's really kind of strange and really kind of, you don't really feel, well, you don't really feel for the characters that much. You just think, okay, he's the main character. Am I emotionally attached to it? You actually get attached to Agatha a little bit. I mean, I got attached to her when she started, you know, freaking out and spazzing out and everything. I'm like, whoa, what's going on with her? What's going on with her? Her acting is just unbelievable. It's brilliant acting, brilliant cast. It's just an A-list movie. A-list movie. Definitely go see it. And Tom Cruise is in it. One of the best action stars, next to Harrison Ford and next to Daniel Craig. But Tom Cruise, you're an excellent actor. Excellent actor. That's all we got to say about this video, and it's about 13 minutes. Probably my longest movie review yet. That's all I got to say about this video, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.